You should be making money when you're on these apps. Good morning. You should be making money when you're on these apps. It is diabolical how so many people spend hours upon hours upon hours on these apps, scrolling and watching, but you're not even getting paid to be here. Are you posting your content? Are you talking about your products? Because if the answer is no, then we have to fix that today. Listen, these social media platforms make millions upon billions of dollars, and you're not even getting a piece of the pie. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. If you are not making money while you are here, that is a serious problem that we have to fix today. Okay. Something else I want you ladies to understand is this. Good morning. You should be generating income even when you are asleep. Excuse me. You should be generating income even when you are asleep. Listen, we are trying to build generational wealth. True or false? Okay. But we cannot do that if the only time we make money is if we're actively working for it. Because let's be real, at some point, you're going to want to take a vacation. Yes. At some point, you're going to want to spend time with your family. You're going to want to practice self care. You might even want to get 8 hours of sleep. If the only time that you make money is if you're actively working for it, well, then that's a serious problem that we have to fix today. Okay. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next Monday, today. See, what a lot of you guys fail to realize, ladies, is you only need one digital product in your store. You only need one. See, so many of you guys get hooked on making ebook after ebook after ebook, but you haven't even sold the first one. You got all these products in your store and you're not even making sales. You only need one. Uno. And that one product that you choose to create and sell, good morning, will literally change your entire life forever. How do I know that? Because my digital product business changed mine. I made one digital product and I sold it over and over and over again to hundreds upon thousands of people. If I can do it, so can you. But you want to know why you're not doing it? Good morning. You want to know the truth? I'm going to tell you the truth. The truth is because you live in fear. Mhm. On my live, good morning, fear stands for fuck everything and run, and that's what you've been doing. You've been running away from your brilliant idea, your $1 million idea for years, some of y'all decades, because you are so fearful of looking stupid. Mm, mm, mm. You are so fearful of failing. You are so fearful of people talking about you. You are so fearful at sucking at something. And all of this fear that you refuse to let go of is the very thing that is stealing your dream life from you. It is stealing it. Because let's be real with ourselves. You know exactly what kind of life you want to live. True or false? You know exactly what side of town you want to live on. Some of y'all know the neighborhood. You know the lot that you want to build your house on. You know exactly what kind of vacations you want to take with your family. And most importantly, you know exactly how much money you want to leave your children when you're no longer here. You know all of the things. But every single day that you don't live like that is another day that you could have, but you made the choice to let fear steal it from you. Ladies, we're going to have to change that and quickly, expeditiously, because that fear is stealing your dream life from you. Okay? If you've never seen me before, hello, good morning, happy Sunday. My name is Jasmine. This morning, we are going to be building our online business from scratch. I'm going to be teaching you how to make your ebook. We're going to be building it. But not only are we going to build our business from scratch this morning, ladies, most importantly, we are going to build you. Contrary to popular belief, you are getting in your own way. You are holding yourself back. It is you. So many women want to play the victim Olympics. So many women want to blame everybody else for their mishaps. No, ma'am, it is you. It is you. It is your lack of consistency. Good morning. It is your lack of discipline. It is your lack of follow through. It is your lack of confidence. It's your lack of prioritizing yourself in your own life. Some of y'all refuse to take 30 minutes of your life a day and lock in on something for you. You are so focused on doing for everybody else that you don't even want to do for yourself. All that's got to change because I promise you this, things will not change. Your life will not change until you change. We are the common denominator in our own life. Don't you ever forget that. Okay. I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of information this morning. Good morning. It would be in your best interest to take notes. In other words, write it down because if I know anything about you, you are human. which means you're bound to forget because life's and stresses. So if you write it down, if you take your notes, anything that I do say that you happen to forget, you can still refer back to your notes and get it done. The key word of this live, ladies, is going to be execution. You were going to hear me say this word 10 million times this morning because I need it to stick in your pretty head. Not only are we going to talk about it, but you're going to do it, which means you're going to have to close these apps and actually lock in, focus, and get it done. Because I promise you this, if you do not execute, nothing that I say to you this morning is going to apply to you. I promise you that. I pinky swear it won't work because you refuse to do this. You have got to execute. Okay? If I say anything this morning that's resonating with your spirit and vibrating with your soul, go ahead and start double tapping the screen. TikTok, double tap the screen. YouTube, thumbs up the live. The more we interact with these lives, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people. And believe it or not, a lot of women have no clue that they're holding themselves back. They think it's everybody else. They're playing the blame game. Yes, they are. They've been doing it for years, and it's not helping them get anywhere. If you have your pen and paper in hand, excuse me, and you are ready for class to begin, go ahead and put ready in the chat because if you are ready to learn, I am ready to teach. And while I wait for you guys to put ready in the chat, thank you. Let me ask you, and I need you to be honest. We're going to be honest with ourselves this morning. When was the last time you told yourself that you were going to take 20 minutes today and work on something for you? When was the last time you said, okay, today I'm going to get this done for me? Oh, oh. Some of y'all like Jazz. I don't never do that. That's the problem. That's what I'm talking about. You are going to have to make yourself a priority in your own life. You are going to have to start putting yourself first. You are going to have to start being selfish so that you can be selfless. You keep giving to others, but you refuse to give to yourself. That has to change right now. It's got to change. Okay? All right, let's get started. So what is a digital product and how will we build our business? All right, so a digital product, ladies, is something you just don't have physical possession of. So think of a movie on Netflix. Think of a song on your Apple Music or Spotify. You just don't physically have it in your possession. It's all out somewhere in the cloud, okay? You are going to create something to sell, and it could be anything. Please do not overthink. There is something that you're already really good at. There's something that you know a lot about. I want you to ask yourself, what is something that people try to get you to do for free? And whatever that thing is, that's your business. And you don't have to do an ebook if that's not your vision. You could do an e-course. You could do workbooks and journals. You could do affirmation guides. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. But again, in order to get it done, you have to execute. And you got to stop telling yourself what you can't do and what you're not good at. She said, I sell clothes on eBay. Very good. Very good. This is what I'm talking about, ladies. You guys are really good at stuff, but you keep getting in your own way. You keep telling yourself it's not going to work. It is going to work. So act like it. All right. I'm going to give you guys 2 apps, and these apps will change your entire life if you use them. So that's going to require you to get off of TikTok. That's going to require you to get off of YouTube and Instagram and actually get it done. Okay. If you're ready for app number 1, go ahead and put ready in the chat. Excuse me, go ahead and put 1 in the chat. I'm sorry. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Jasmine. We are building our online business from scratch. If I'm saying anything this morning that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, double tap the screen. And remember, oh, also to you guys, make sure you follow me so you don't lose me. They do steal my videos. Thank you, Therapeutic, especially on TikTok. They steal my videos. They make fake accounts and they're going to turn around messaging you pretending to be me. Do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled. YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't lose me. And I'm sorry, you guys, my allergies are acting up this morning. App number 1 is Canva. You will be using this app for everything. Canva, Canva, Canva. Okay. So if you want to create content, great. Canva has thousands of Instagram reel templates on there for you. Okay. Maybe you want to start that YouTube channel. Canva has thousands of YouTube thumbnail templates on there. And for those of y'all who do not know, the YouTube thumbnails, those are just the pictures that you see before you click on the video. This is what draws people's attention to your content in the first place. Good morning, Vera. And maybe you do want to create an ebook, which is what I'm going to teach you how to do this morning. Canva has thousands of ebook templates on there for you to use, all customizable, meaning you can swap out the colors, the fonts, and the pictures. Do what you do. Okay. Now, before we get into app number 2, I do want to speak to the woman who's holding on to fear. She knows who she is. And if you are new here on my live, fear stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what she's ready to do. Because she's already trying to talk herself out before she's talked herself in. She's saying things to herself like, Jazz, this sounds cool and all, but I'm not tech savvy. What if I'm too old for this? What if it's too late for me? Okay, well, before you run away, like you always do, I need you to listen to me. Number one, you woke up this morning. That's a blessing. Every single day that you wake up means that you were blessed with another day, another opportunity to work on your goals. Until you are 6 feet under, it is never too late. So stop saying that. Get that out your head. It's never too late. Number 2, you are very tech savvy. Okay? We got to stop lying to ourselves because let's be real. You're on social media all day long. Am I lying? You're liking, commenting, sharing, and archiving. That takes tech savviness. So you will use the same tech savviness that you already have, and you will build your online business. And number 3, for my ladies who do think they're too old, what did we just say? We said we were going to sell our knowledge. So for those of you ladies who are older, that means you have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of wisdom. So that means you have a lot of things that you could be selling if you got out your head. So sell them. Okay? Cool. If you're ready for app number 2, go ahead and put a 2 in the chat. YouTube, can we get some more thumbs up in this live? I see 15 people in here and only 5 thumbs up. The math ain't mathing. And if I'm saying anything this morning that's resonating with your spirit and vibrating with your soul, go ahead and start double tapping the screen. Good morning. Hello, hello. App number 2 is ChatGPT. This is AI, okay? This is AI, and we will be using AI for everything, okay? So maybe you do want to create the content, but you're just not too sure what kind of videos to make. No worries, ChatGPT will tell you. Maybe you do want to start a YouTube channel, but you're just a little camera shy. You're not too sure what to say in the videos. No worries. ChatGPT will script the entire video for you from beginning to end. Now all you have to do is say the words. What's your excuse now? You don't have one. You never did. And maybe you do want to create an ebook, which is what I'm going to teach you how to make this morning, but you're just not too sure what to put in it. No worries. What if I told you ChatGPT will write the entire ebook for you from beginning to end in under 30 seconds? Ladies, I cannot make this up. You are getting in your own way because it has never been easier than today to start your online business from scratch. But the problem is you. The problem is your fear. The problem is your excuses, your procrastination, your lack of confidence, and your refusal to put yourself first in your own life. All of those things have to change because if you do not change, I promise you this will not work. I promise you it will not work. That is a guarantee. Okay. I gave you Canva and I gave you ChatGPT. Now we're going to put it together and write it. If you're ready for prompt number 1, go ahead and put ready in the chat. For those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Jasmine. We are building our online business from scratch. And while I wait for somebody to put ready in the chat, let me tell you something. Ladies, confidence is who you think you are. I'm going to say that again. Confidence is who you think you are. The problem is, a lot of women struggle with confidence because they don't think highly of themselves, which is why they care so much about what people think. The reason why so many people struggle with posting content is because they're so worried about who's going to see it and what they're going to say. That's because they lack confidence. And the reason why you lack confidence is because you never keep the promises that you make to yourself. Every single time that you break the promises that you made to you, you are slowly chipping away at your confidence to where you no longer have any. You've been telling yourself for years that you were going to start a business. You haven't done it yet. You've been telling yourself for years you were going to post content. You haven't done it yet. You've been telling yourself for years you were going to lose that weight. You haven't done it yet. You refuse to show up for yourself. You refuse to put yourself first. You refuse to stick to the promises that you made to self. And over time, that chips away at your confidence to where you no longer have any. That's got to change. If you told yourself you were going to do something, then you need to do it. You need to do it, because when you don't, you are telling yourself you're not worthy of the thing. And how can you feel good about who you are if you're telling yourself you're not worthy of it? You can't. So stop. Start keeping the promises that you make to yourself, because when you feel good about yourself, now you show up well for yourself. Don't you ever forget that. Okay? All right. Good morning. So you're going to open up Chat GPT. You're going to type this in. This is prompt number 1. Here we go. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. You're welcome, Leah. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. You're going to hit enter. If you've got that, put got that in the chat. If you need for me to repeat it, this is the opportunity to ask. Remember, closed mouths do not get fed. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Jasmine. We are building our online business this morning, but most importantly, we're building ourselves, our discipline, our consistency, our follow through, our confidence, our self-prioritization. Good morning. Good morning. Do y'all got that? Put got that in the chat. Let me know you're here and present. I'm sorry, y'all. My allergies are just acting crazy. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Let me know. Put got that in the chat. Good morning. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. You're going to hit enter. Now, before we move forward, I need you guys to write this word down. This says consistent. Write it down. Go ahead and write it down. And then I want you to underline it. And then I want you to circle it, because starting right now, today, you and I are going to lock in on the true definition of this word, because believe it or not, a lot of you guys are extremely confused. So let me go ahead and confuse you. See, some of y'all think consistent means once in a while. No. Some of y'all think consistent means if I have time. No. Mm-mm. Consistent means more often than not. So, if there are 7 days in a week, consistent means working on your business, working on your goals, at least 4 out of the 7 days. Ladies, we are going to have to be consistent with anything that we're trying to achieve for ourselves, whether that's business, creating content, going back to school, losing weight. I don't care. You're going to have to be consistent. And I don't care if you spend 20 minutes a day, 4 times a week, or 10 hours a day, 4 times a week. The amount of time that you spend doesn't matter, but you will start showing up for yourself more often than not. That is the new standard. And don't you dare try to sit here and say, well, Jazz, I don't have time to do 4 days a week. That's a lie that you continue to tell yourself so you can feel good about the poor decisions you make. You have all the time in the world because you're scrolling on social media all day. You bounce from TikTok live to TikTok live. You hop from YouTube video to YouTube video. You have more than enough time to catch up on your favorite movies and TV shows. You have time to gossip on the phone with your friends, and you have time to go to all the happy hours. If you have time to do all of that, then you have more than enough time to do this. You are going to have to be consistent. If you don't want to be consistent, then just leave now, because I promise you what we're talking about this morning will not work for you. That is a 1000% guarantee. You have to be consistent 4 times a week minimum. Now, let's make consistency easy. Because life is hard enough. So let's make it easy so we can actually be consistent this go around. Okay, listen to me. It is so much easier to be consistent when you do things that you actually like to do, okay? Because when you do things you actually like to do, well, now you have something in your day to look forward to. When things don't feel like work, you're more likely to do it, okay? What I want you to do is go through the list that ChatGPT gave you and only choose ideas that you have a passion for. I want you to ask yourself, what is something that I would love to talk about all day, every day, if I could get paid to do it? And whatever that thing is, that's your business. See, ladies, a lot of times we like to make things hard. A lot of us have lived in struggle for so long that we feel that we have to always struggle. And so, what some of you guys have done is you have chosen niches and things that are trending, but you're not making any money from that trending thing because it's not even something that you like to do. So, it doesn't matter how trending it is, if you're not consistent, you won't make a dime. So, let's stop making things so hard. Life does not have to be struggle, life can be easy. Choose something that you actually like so that you can easily be consistent, so you can make the money that you've always wanted to make. It really is that simple. And if ChatGPT gave you 10 things and you don't like none of the things it gave you, fine, just ask for 10 more and keep asking until it gives you something you want to use. Okay? Okay. One more thing before we move forward into prompt number 2. This is critical. YouTube, make sure you guys are thumbs upping the live. This is critical. If you don't remember anything I say to you this morning, you better remember this. Write this down. Money flows where energy goes. Write that down. Money flows where energy goes. Money flows where energy goes. Write that down. And don't you ever forget it. If you are anything like how I used to be, you are giving all of your energy away. You have literally become an energy vending machine. And most of these people that you are giving all of your energy to are grown, able bodied adults who can do for themselves. And they are not reciprocating that energy back to you. You are giving all of your energy to your friends. You are giving all of your energy to your job and your coworkers. You are giving all of your energy to celebrities and the news. You are giving all of your energy to your husband, your boyfriend, your sneaky link. You are giving all of your energy to your aging parents. You are giving all of your energy to your children. And by the time you sit down to work on something for yourself, you can't. You can't. Why? Because you make the choice to give your energy away every single day. And that is why now you feel drained. That is why you feel frustrated, anxious, depressed, resentment, because you make the choice every day to give all of your energy away. And let's be clear, most of these people are not reciprocating it back to you, because if they were, you would not feel drained. If they were, you would not feel depressed, but they're not, which is why you are carrying the negative emotions that you are carrying. So starting right now, we're going to cut all that crap out. We are going to start being stingy with our energy, and we are going to start telling people no. And just so we're clear, no is a complete sentence. So that means you don't have to explain anything to anybody. Ladies, it does not make you a bad wife, a bad girlfriend, because you want to work on your business. You can still be an exceptional wife and an amazing entrepreneur. It does not make you a bad mother because you want to do something for yourself for once. You never do. You can still be an exceptional mother and a successful entrepreneur. It does not make you a bad friend because you don't want to sit there and listen to her tell you about her problems. It makes you human. I don't know who needs to hear this morning, but let me tell you, you matter too. Your happiness is important too. So you're going to start telling people no. No, I cannot keep loaning you money. That is money that I could be using for my business. No, I cannot keep giving you rides. That is time that I could be spending on my business. No, I cannot sit here and listen to you talk about your problems. Tell your friend to go get a counselor. You are not a licensed professional. You cannot help her. She has to help herself. When you start telling people no, you start saying yes to you. Money flows where energy goes. When you start putting energy back into self, the money flows right behind it. Don't you ever forget that. Okay. Thank you, Carolyn. If you're ready for prompt number 2, go ahead and put a 2 in the chat. Good morning. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, hello, my name is Jasmine. We are building our online business from scratch. So once you do choose the digital product idea you want to use, you're going to type this in. This is prompt number 2. Here we go. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Yes, Jasmine in the house. We are Jasmine twins. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. You're going to hit enter. If you've got that, got that in the chat. If you need for me to repeat it, this is the opportunity to ask. Remember, closed mouths do not get fed. Thank you. Thank you. A lot of you guys are trying to pour into others, but your cup is empty. You cannot effectively pour from an empty cup. Your cup has to be an overflow to effectively pour into others. But your cup cannot be an overflow if you don't show up for yourself. So how do we overflow our cup? We have to start making ourselves a priority in our own life. That's how. Okay? You got that? Somebody got that in the chat. Also, if I'm saying anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen. Like, comment, and share. TikTok, make sure you guys follow me. YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe if you have not already. You're going to hit enter. This is what I mean by it has never been easier than today to start your online business. But again, the problem is you. It is truly you because you refuse to sit down and get it done. You refuse to stop telling yourself what you can't do and what you're not good at because ChatGPT literally wrote this ebook for you. The only thing you have to do now is copy and paste. That is it. You will literally copy what ChatGPT gave you and paste it into Canva. So open up the Canva app. In the search, you're going to type in ebooks, hit enter. It's going to give you thousands of templates. Pick your most favorite one. They're all customizable, meaning you can swap out colors, fonts, and pictures. Okay, you will copy and paste. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. And then the second prompt is, write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. That's the second prompt. Okay. You will copy and paste. Now, for my ladies who love to overthink, you overthink from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed every single day. It's not getting you anywhere. So just stop. Stop overthinking. I want you to write this down. This says KISS, KISS. This is an acronym that stands for Keep It Simple, Silly. Keep it simple, silly. The only thing I need your ebook to be is clean, simple, and legible. Clean, simple, legible. As long as it's those 3 things, it's good enough. You are good enough. You will copy and paste. Okay. Once you are done copying and pasting and you love the way it looks, you will download it as a PDF file. PDF. You will then upload that file to your hosting site. I hope you guys are taking notes. Here we go. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, and Shopify. Stand Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, and Shopify. These are some of your most popular hosting sites. Yes, there are plenty more out there. These are some of the most popular ones. And your product only needs to be on one of these, not all five. If you've got all of that, go ahead and put got that in the chat. If you need me to repeat something, this is the opportunity to ask. Now, while I wait for you guys to put got that in the chat, I do want to speak to you guys about our comfort zone. We love our comfort zone. We love it. And just so in case you didn't know, your comfort zone is just your daily routines and habits. It's what you do on a day-to-day basis. It's the path of least resistance. It's what's most familiar to you. It's the people that you talk to. It's the environments that you frequent. It's the excuses that you have. It's the distractions that you participate in. It's the vices that you're addicted to. It's the content that you watch. Your comfort zone is just what you do on a day-to-day basis. But have you noticed the life that you claim you want so badly is not in your comfort zone? Because if it was, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't need to scroll social media all day if you were living the life that you truly wanted to live, because you would be out living that life. But you're not, because you're here. The financial freedom that you claim you want so badly, it's not in your comfort zone. The business that you claim you want so badly, it's not in your comfort zone. The confidence that you say you want so badly, it's not in your comfort zone. If it was, you would already have those things. And notice, we've been living in our comfort zone for so long that we've become comfortable with being stressed. You have become comfortable with being insecure. You think that's normal. You have become comfortable with struggle. But let me tell you this. The life that you want is going to require you to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone. I'm not even asking you to take a whole foot. I'm asking you to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone every single day and just do something a little bit different to slowly but surely get you to the results that you want. If you scroll social media for 5 hours a day, why can't you knock it down to 4.5? And then you take those other 30 minutes that you would have been scrolling and work on this. If you spend 2 hours a day talking on the phone with your friends, why can't you knock that down to 1.5? And then you spend the other 30 minutes working on this. Ladies, the life that you want, the freedom that you want, the confidence that you want is not in your comfort zone. You're going to have to switch some things up. You're going to have to start hanging out with new people. You're going to have to go to new environments. You're going to have to create some new habits and routines. If you want to change your life will not change until you change. Your life will not change until you change. You don't believe me? Okay, fine. Keep doing what you've been doing. Keep doing what you've been doing and just come back a year from now and let me know how it's going. I'll know exactly how it's going. Nothing for you would have changed. You'd be doing the same thing. The only thing that will have changed is you got 1 year older. So many people are fearful of starting a business, but I think the scariest thing is living year after year in the same exact spot that you've been in, but just another year older. You are going to have to leave that comfort zone because the life you want is not there. If it was, you would already be living it by now. You have to change. Okay? Okay. Now back to these hosting sites. I use Stan Store. I love Stan. Stan is great, but Stan Store is extremely expensive, okay? Stan Store is $99 a month. That is very high if your business is not making that yet, okay? If you're brand new to all of this, Stan Store is not for you, okay? Instead, I want you to use Gumroad, because Gumroad only charges you a percentage when you make a sale. They charge you 10% for every sale. So until you make money, you don't have to spend it. That is a great place to start. Now, what I know about you is this: you're going to make money. How can I be so sure? Because you're taking notes, you're asking questions, and most importantly, you said you were going to execute, which means you're going to have to close these apps and actually do the thing. And when you do start making money, then transfer everything over to Stan Store later. Excuse me, because Stan Store has a lot of features that will help you expand your business, like Afterpay and Klarna. Ladies, let me tell you what's going on in the world of finance today, in case you didn't know. Buy now, pay later is taking over. It is taking over. Buy now, pay later includes Afterpay, Klarna, Sezzle, QuadPay, Zip, Affirm, PayPal. There's so many. Buy now, pay later is the preferred payment option. Why do you think they put it on DoorDash? Because everybody is using it. And if you have a buy now, pay later option on your site, I promise you, you will make more. But for now, you will start with what you have. You will start on Gumroad. You will start building your business, making money, and then you will transfer everything over to Stan Store later. Okay. So what we just did was we just made the ebook. That's what we did. We took Canva, we took ChatGPT, we put it together and we wrote it, and then we uploaded it to our hosting site. That process of making that ebook, copying and pasting, should not take you longer than 2 hours to do. 2 hours. Respectfully, it should not take you longer than one, but I will give you grace and I'm going to give you two. And just so we're clear, I personally don't give a damn how old you are. I don't care, because on my live, age ain't nothing but a number. So that whole, well, I'm old, no, I don't care. Because what you're not going to do is try to convince me that it takes longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words. And I know you know how to copy and paste, because you copy and paste the links to the reels and you send them back and forth in the group chats every day. So you know how to copy and paste. If it is taking you longer than 2 hours, you and I have a serious issue that we have to fix right now. One of the issues that you might be struggling with, and I used to be guilty of this too, so this is how I know. You want to be perfect. You're a perfectionist, right? Okay, thank you, Special. So what that means is everything about you just must be perfect or it's not right. You are the woman who will waste 6 months of her life that she'll never get back just to overthink her brilliant idea and second guess her greatness. And then when you do finally decide to get started, you're going to take things out. Then you'll put things back. Then you're going to get irritated and frustrated and have all this OCD because it's still not perfect, and then give up on it again. Then you're going to let 3 more months go by that you never get back just to overthink some more. And when you finally do decide to reset and restart again, this time what you're going to do is you're going to go ask 20 people what they think you should do with your business. And the crazy thing is, these people that you're asking, they're not even business owners. Half of these people you wouldn't even trade lives with. But for some reason, you care so much about what people think of you. You want to know why? Because you're insecure as hell. And then when they finally do give you their opinion, you listen. Next thing you know, a whole year has gone by and you ain't did shit but waste your precious, valuable time that you will never, ever, ever get back. Goldie said, stop attacking me. No, no, I'm not. I'm going to attack. Listen, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's just what I do best. And I'm going to hold your hand very tightly when I say this to you. Just know I'm saying it out of love. Ma'am, you are not perfect at all. You are flawed. I am not perfect at all. I am flawed. Nobody is perfect and everybody is flawed. See, what you really are is scary as hell. That's what you are. You're scary. You're still living in fear. And what did we say fear stood for on this live? Fear stands for fuck everything and run. That's what you've been doing. You have been running away from your brilliant idea, your $1 million idea for years, some of y'all decades, because you're so fearful of looking stupid. You're so fearful of people talking about you. You're so fearful of failing. You're so fearful at sucking at something that you've never done before. And all of this fear that you refuse to let go of is the very thing that is stealing your dream life from you. It is stealing it, and you let it every day. Because let's be real, you know exactly what side of town you want to live on. Yes, you do. Some of y'all know the exact neighborhood. You know exactly what kind of vacations you want to be able to take with your family that you don't have to put on Afterpay and Klarna. You know exactly how much money you want in your savings account. And most importantly, you know exactly how much money you want to leave your children when you're no longer here. You know all the things. You've been praying and praying and praying some more. But every day that you do not live like that is another day that you could have, but you made the choice not to, because every day you choose to let fear steal it from you. This is a choice that you make daily. And if you want to dig even deeper into why we hold on to all this fear in the first place, it's because we are self sabotaging. We are self sabotaging. That's what all this is. You are doing this to yourself. That's why I keep telling you it is you. The problem is you. You keep getting in your own way. It's not your husband. No, it's not. It's not your circumstances. It's you, ma'am. We are the common denominator in our own life. And I know that's the uncomfortable truth, but it is the truth. Thank you, Derica. You are holding yourself back. And the reason why we self sabotage is because we have fragile egos. And your ego is terrified of feeling disappointment if it doesn't work. If you put yourself out there, if you try something new, if you post that video, if you launch that product, and if you don't get the results that you want, you are terrified of feeling disappointment. So you will continue to self sabotage to avoid it. You will self sabotage by holding on to the excuse of, I'm too busy. That is a lie that you continue to tell yourself so you can feel better about your poor decisions. Let's be clear, you are not too busy. No, you're not, because you scroll social media all day. TikTok, y'all hop from TikTok live to TikTok live. That's what y'all do all day. How are you too busy? YouTube, you bounce from YouTube video to YouTube video. How are you too busy? If you have time to watch your favorite TV shows, if you have time to go to happy hour, if you have time to be on social media, you are not too busy, but you will self sabotage and hold on to that excuse because if you let that excuse go, well, then that means you would have to actually do the thing that you've been avoiding for years. That would mean you have to execute. And so if you execute, if you put yourself out there, if you try something new, and if you don't get the results that you're looking for, you are terrified of feeling disappointment. So you will self sabotage and say, I'm too busy. No, you're not. No, you're not. You will self sabotage and you will hold on to toxic friendships. You will hold on to toxic relationships. You will hold on to toxic family members. Deep down inside, you know you should have let them go years ago. You know that. But you self sabotage because you are terrified of who you would be if you let them go. Who would I be if I cut off my friend of 20 years? Who would I be if I broke up with my toxic boyfriend? Who would I be if I distanced myself from my family? Well, I'll tell you exactly who you would be. You would be a confident woman because now you don't have people tearing you down and draining you of all your energy. Now you will have the resources that you keep giving away to everybody else. But you're so terrified of trying something new and putting yourself out there and not getting the results that you're looking for. So you will continue to self-sabotage and to hold on to relationships that are no longer pouring into you than to just let them go. It's all self-sabotage. But I am so confused because earlier you said that you were tired of living paycheck to paycheck. That's what you said. You said you were tired of robbing Patrice to pay Paula. You said you were tired of dragging yourself to a job that drains you, overworks you, and underpays you. That's what you said. You said you were tired of always starting and stopping. You said you were tired of feeling less than. You said you were tired of not being confident in yourself. But every day that you live like that is another day that you're still living in disappointment because there's still things in your life that you're not 1000% happy with. I'm trying to help you fix it, but we cannot fix it if we do not change. How can we bring more money into the household and stop living paycheck to paycheck if our business doesn't have any products to sell? How can customers buy our stuff if there's no stuff? They can't. They can't. How can we stop being insecure if we keep breaking the promises that we make to ourselves? You can't. You can't. So, you are going to have to launch this ebook. You gotta launch. And I need you to understand and understand that it will never be perfect. You could spend 20 years on it. Go ahead. Go right on ahead. Spend 20 more years working on this ebook, and I promise you there will still be errors. But here's the caveat. The more you do something, ladies, the better you get. The more content you create, the better your content will get. Mhm. The more products you launch in the future, the better your products will get. The longer you run your business, the better your business will get. And I don't have to convince you because you can see the results in your own life. Believe it or not, you did not always know how to walk and talk. Now you do those things just fine. How? Because you did it over and over and over again. You did not always know how to read and write. Now you do those things just fine. How? Because you did them over and over and over again. You did not always know how to do your job, and you did not always know how to drive. Now you do those things just fine. How? Because you did them over and over and over again. So why would your business be any different? It's not. The longer you do it, the better you will get. All of our favorite businesses that we spend our hard-earned money on today have gotten better over the years. Look at Netflix. Believe it or not, Netflix did not always have a fancy Netflix app. Absolutely not. They were not always doing comedy specials with Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle. They were not always doing collabs with Tyler Perry. They did not always have their own production company making movies and TV series that are now winning Emmys and Oscars today. And they damn sure did not always have WWE on pay-per-view. Years ago, before COVID, you used to have to go on their website, netflix.com. You used to have to make a list of the movies that you wanted to see. And these were not their originals. These were movies that were once in theaters. They would mail you a DVD off of the list. And when you were ready to see your next movie, you had to ship that movie back. They didn't wait until they could afford the fanciest software to launch. They launched with what they had. And the longer they ran their business, the more customers they acquired. The more customers they acquired, the more money they made. The more money they made, the more money they were able to reinvest back into the business and make it better today. But let's be clear, we all still have complaints. It's not perfect. My complaint is they keep raising the price. Netflix is $1 billion business, ladies. Not million, no. Billion with a B. So if $1 billion business had a messy middle, why do you and your ego think that you get to skip all that? You don't. You will have a messy middle too, but you will launch regardless. Another reason why it might be taking you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words is because you're distracted as fuck. I have already accepted the fact that I am not the life coach for most people. I have already accepted the fact that I am not the business coach for most people because, believe it or not, as crazy as it may sound, most people aren't really looking for solutions to their problems. No. Most people are just looking to pass time. Most people are just looking to complain and vent about their problems to anyone who's willing to listen. But the minute you give them the solution to the problems that they have, they disappear because they weren't really looking for help in the first place. They are content with the life that they live, even if they're not happy with it. I'm not here for that. No. I am here to help the woman who truly wants to change her life. But in order to change, I have to make you aware of what you've been doing. Self-awareness is key, and unfortunately, most people are not self-aware. And I have to tell you the truth. And yes, the truth is uncomfortable. It's supposed to be. There is no growth in your comfort zone. I need you to be uncomfortable so that you can finally change your ways. So here's the truth. The truth is, when you get home from work, you could work on your business and reaching your goals, keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally develop self-respect and self-love. But you make the choice not to. You choose to gossip on your phone, gossip on the phone with your friends about celebrities and their drama on the weekends. When you do have time off from work, you could work on your business and reaching your goals, keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally start to feel good about who you are. But you make the choice not to. You choose to sit on the couch and binge watch Netflix and Hulu for hours late at night when your children are asleep. You could work on your business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself, but you choose not to. You choose to scroll on social media and laugh at funny videos and share them back and forth in the group chats. That's what you choose to do every day. And the reason why we have all these distractions in the first place, so scrolling social media, binge watching movies, men love to play video games, all of these distractions that we have, this is escapism. We are trying to escape. And the reason that we are trying to escape is because there's things about our life that we are not 1000% happy with. And instead of you just being a grown woman and fixing it, you choose to run from it. And let me ask you, just be honest. Let's be real with ourselves. How is that working for you? How's it working? You don't know? Well, how do you feel? Your body will tell you everything you need to know, if you just listen. When your alarm goes off in the morning, are you excited to start your day or are you dreading it? On average, do you feel happy and peaceful or do you feel sad and stressed? Because if what you're doing is not working, then this is confirmation to change it. Just change it. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And if what you're doing isn't working, then just change it. How? Instead of trying to escape a life that you're not 1000% happy with, what if we just lock in and build a life that you never feel the need to escape from? Okay. So, this is what we're going to do today, not tomorrow, not June 1st, not 2027. Today. Today, you are going to turn the TV off. Put your phone on do not disturb. You don't need to be on social media anymore. You have scrolled enough. There's nothing left for you to watch. Tell your friends you will talk to them later. You are building your dream life. You are going to sit down at home. No, you don't need to go to Starbucks because you find a way to get distracted there. You're going to start your ebook and then you're going to finish it. Not start, stop, come back next week because we already know how you do. You don't come back. You're going to start it and you're going to finish it. 2 hours is all you need. If we are crystal clear on these instructions, go ahead and put clear in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Jasmine. We are building our online business. If I'm saying anything that's resonating with your spirit and vibrating with your soul, double tap the screen. The more we interact with these lives, the more TikTok will push these lives with more people. She said, OMG, how you know I'm at Starbucks right now talking to my soul? See? And you still found your way onto TikTok. This is what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. Now, I do still want to talk to the woman who's holding on to fear. She holding on tight, man. Good morning. She's holding on. She's quiet right now. She ain't saying too much, but she's glad she's here. She's glad she found this live, divine timing, right? But in the back of her head, she's like, I don't know what the hell I just walked into. Jazz, all this sounds amazing. I would love an online business. Oh my God. But I don't know. You're telling me I have to show up for myself consistently? You're telling me I have to make my own ebook? You're telling me that I have to let go of my distractions? I don't know about that. I want to, but I just don't think I can. And honestly, this just sounds really, really, really hard. Okay. Well, before you run away, like you always do, let's change that up. Let's do something a little bit different today. The first thing I want you to know is this. I don't have the ability to convince you of anything. Okay, so I'm not going to try. So, if you want to believe that showing up for yourself consistently is hard, then okay, your feelings are valid. You're right. It's hard. If you want to believe that having ChatGPT write your ebook for you is hard, then okay, I hear you. You're right. It's hard. If you want to believe that letting go of the distractions that are holding you back from your dream life is so hard, then fine. You're right. It's hard. But I do want to remind you The life you're currently living is hard. Going to a job that drains you, overworks you, and underpays you is hard. Robbing Patrice to pay Paula, making payment arrangement after payment arrangement after payment arrangement, and still not knowing if you're going to have the money on the date of that arrangement is hard. Crying every day because you are so stressed, because you are so sad, because you are so unhappy with the way life is going right now is hard. Knowing deep down in your soul, you can feel it with everything that you have, that there is something better for you, but you're still not living it, is hard. That is hard. And you live like that every day. And see, that's what fear will do. And you let it. Fear will do that. Fear will convince you that you can't do any of this, but look at what you're already doing that's 10 times harder. Let me ask you, and just be honest. When was the last time you told yourself that you are proud of you? When was the last time you told yourself how amazing you are? When was the last time you told yourself that everything you touch turns to gold? Some of y'all don't even know because you never talk to yourself like that. And that's the problem. This is why I keep stressing the importance of building up our confidence. Because when you lack confidence, you don't see everything the way you should. Life's for everybody. Okay. No one's life is perfect. We have all gone through some extremely challenging times. And in our darkest moments, we had no clue how we were going to overcome what we did, but we overcame it because you're still here today. So you have already proven to yourself, I don't have to convince you. You have proven to yourself how strong you really are. You have proven to yourself how resilient you really are. Because if you weren't strong, if you weren't resilient, you wouldn't have gotten through what you got through. But you did because you are those things. But because you lack confidence in yourself, because you keep breaking the promises that you make to yourself, you destroy your confidence to where you no longer have any. And now you're sitting here believing that you can't do any of this, but look at what you've already done. Look at what you've already overcome. And you're going to doubt your ability to type some words into AI and let it write your ebook. Really? Really? You're going to doubt your ability to be consistent, but you've already proven that you are consistent. You know how to consistently log onto these apps, true or false. You know how to consistently go to work, true or false. You know how to consistently show up for your children, true or false. You are already consistent. I don't have to convince you of that. You are. But you're going to doubt your ability to do this. Really? Really? That's the problem. This is the problem. You never keep the promises that you make to yourself. And this is the result of all of that. Not believing that you can do any of this, but look at what you already do. And I don't have to convince you of this because you can see this for yourself. You see people on these apps who are living worse lives than you, still showing up, getting it done. There are women on these apps who have more children than you. and they are still showing up, building their business and getting it done. I saw a woman the other day, she has 12 kids. 12. And she's still posting her content and selling her products with 12 kids. Wow. There are people on these apps who are living their darkest moments right now. They got laid off. They got fired. They got evicted. They got foreclosed on. And despite the weight of the world on their back right now, they are still showing up, building their business. Now, let me ask you, if they can do it, why can't you? Why can't you? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because they made the choice to let go of fear, and you make the choice not to. See, it's not because they're more talented than you. Absolutely not. It's not because they're smarter than you. It's not because they're better than you. No. The only reason is because they let go of fear and you choose not to. That is the only difference between them and you. That's it. They decided to take a half an inch out of their comfort zone and do something just a little bit different every single day to slowly but surely get them to the life that they've wanted to live. You choose not to. That is the only difference. That is the only difference. Listen, my online business changed my entire life. I can't make this up. I've been doing this full time for 6 years, started during COVID. For the first time in my life, I have peace. You can't even put a price tag on that. For the first time in my life, I have freedom. I get to do what I want, when I want, and how I want to do it. For the first time in my life, I have purpose. I get to wake up every day doing what I love to do. For the first time in my life, I have confidence. I think very highly of myself, and I keep the promises that I make to myself. But before all of this, before COVID, I lived a very, very, very different life. I used to be miserable. I used to be depressed. I used to have really bad anxiety. I used to be insecure as hell. I used to be 100 pounds overweight. I had a 9 to 5 that I hated. I was very broke. And to top it all off, I used to be an alcoholic. See, I had bought into the American dream blueprint that they sell all of us. But I bought in back in high school because society told me that all I had to do was go off to college and get a 4-year bachelor's degree, and then I'd be able to find a good job with benefits and stability. I'd be able to save for a house. I'd be able to take a few vacations a year. I'd be able to contribute extra into my 401k savings so that when I do get too old to work, I can retire with dignity and live the rest of my life in peace. That's what society said. So I believed them. When I turned 18, when I graduated high school, I went off to college. My mom told me to go. All of my friends went. I went. And I did the whole dorm room experience thing too. I stayed 2 hours away from home. 4 years later, I got my bachelor's degree. That degree cost me $40,000. So I'm already starting life in the negatives. After I graduated, I moved back home like most college graduates do. Started looking for a job. 6 months later, I got my first full-time job with benefits. I was so excited. They were giving me PTO. I never had a job with PTO. At 23 years old, I'm like, wow, a job is about to pay me to not be here? Wow. And they were going to be giving me $60,000 a year. That's more money than I had ever made in my entire life. At 23 years old, I thought I was about to be rich. And this was before COVID. This was back in 2014. I thought I was about to be rich. I thought I hit the jackpot. So I decided to move out of my mom's house. I was sick of her rules. I was ready to do my own thing, got my own place. Didn't stop there. Nope. I went out and did what most Americans do. I went out and got me a car payment. See, I already had a car and it was paid off. It was a high school graduation gift. It got me from point A to point Z. I had my title in hand, but that car was old. It didn't have leather seats. It didn't have a push to start. It didn't have a fancy tablet on the dash. I had to upgrade the car to match my new upgraded life, right? Duh. So I decided to buy a brand new Dodge Charger. That car payment was $450 a month. Now, my mom and my grandma told me don't do it. But me being 23, I'm like, they're old. What do they know? I did it. And we all know with expensive cars comes expensive car insurance and expensive gas. By the time I paid all of my bills for the month, your girl was broke. I was broke as hell. I couldn't afford to take any trips. I couldn't afford to save for a house. I couldn't afford to put extra money into my 401k. I was broke. I could barely afford to eat. I had another problem. I had to start paying back them student loans. See, at 23, I didn't think the government was serious about getting their money back for some student loans because I thought everybody had student loans. That's the American way. No, the government is not playing with you when it comes to those damn student loans. See, they'll give you 6 months after you graduate to go get a job. They won't call you and they won't send letters. They want you to focus on getting work. But you best believe when that 6 month mark hits, they are sending letters to your house because they want to see your tax returns because they're going to tell you how much you can afford. And since they saw on my tax returns that I made $60,000 a year, I didn't have any dependents, no children, they said, oh, good. So then that means you should have no problem paying us $400 a month. I'm like, what? $400 a month? Yep. They go off your income. It's not up for negotiation. I had 11 student loan accounts. They lumped under one monthly payment of $400 a month. Every single month that I did not pay those student loans, which was every month because I genuinely couldn't afford it, I got 11 missed payments on my credits. In the course of 1 year, I racked up 121 missed payments. My credit dropped 520. So there goes my American dreams of home ownership because what bank is going to give me a mortgage loan with a 520 credit score? Nobody. Not till I fix that. So I'm broke as hell. I have really, really, really bad credit. I have one last problem to top it all off. I hated my job. Nowhere in this American dream blueprint did they tell me I would be miserable at my 9 to 5. Now, listen, I'm not going to hold you. When I was 23, I was very naive. I grew up very sheltered, okay? And I believed things that people told me because back then, well, why would people lie? That was the mindset I had. See, when I went into the interview, my supervisor told me that even though the department was all women, and even though I was going to be the youngest one there was no drama. Everyone got along. Everyone was one big old happy work family. So I went into that department believing that was true. Mistake number one. I learned in corporate America, those are not your friends. Don't get confused. You got to watch them because they're not just going to come out and say it. They're going to act like they like you, but they don't. See, they will kiki and caca with you in the break room, but that's not your friend. Mm-mm. They will even hang out with you off the clock. So they're not even getting paid to be around you, but they will invite you to happy hour. They will invite you to their house. They will invite you to their weddings and their baby showers, but don't you dare get confused. That is not your friend. They will even spend their hard-earned money on you. So when it's your birthday, what they'll do is they'll all come together and they'll pitch in and buy you a gift with the money that they worked for. But don't get confused. They don't like you. For the holidays, we'll do Thanksgiving potlucks. So we all bring a dish and then we all eat together in the break room. But don't you get confused. That is not your friend. And all you got to do is piss off the right one. Go ahead. Go ahead and piss off the right one. And they will make sure that every single day that you work there will be a living nightmare. I made the tragic mistake of making friends with a woman who was 31 years old. I was 23, and we used to do everything together. We used to hang out with each other off the clock. And she told me I was like the little sister she never had, and I could trust her. And my naive ass believed her. I was telling her all my tea, all my business. I was even telling her things I didn't like about our supervisor. Well, we both decided to put in to be promoted at the job, and she decided to tell my supervisor everything that I told her in confidence. And as a result, my supervisor made sure that every single day that I worked there, I was miserable. Now, I take full responsibility. I was running my mouth too much. I ain't know. I didn't know. I must have put in hundreds, if not thousands of applications trying to find a new job. But no one was calling me back. I couldn't even get an interview. So I'm broke. I have really bad credit and I hate my job. For the first time in my life, at 23 years old, I felt trapped. If you've never experienced what it feels like to feel trapped, I want you to consider yourself blessed. But let me give you some context. See, trapped feels like no matter what you do, your life's not going to get no better. That's how trapped feels. See, you can try to be positive and optimistic all you want, but it feels like nothing but negative shit from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed every single day. That's how trapped feels. You can try to work some overtime or even get a part-time job so you can catch up on some bills and stop being stressed about money. But just when you start to have a little bit of a savings account, something always comes up and slaps you in the face. Now your car won't start. Now you got to dish out money for that. It's always something. You can try to pray about it, but it begins to feel like God is ignoring you because you still wake up with the same problems that you had yesterday. Your life begins to feel like a nightmare that you can't wake up from. And I lived like that for 6 years. I used to pull up at my job. I would sit in my car and I would cry before I even clocked in every day. I used to bring that job home with me. You ever did that? So what that means is you've clocked out. You should be at home in peace, right? But you can't because you're replaying all the toxic things that they're doing to you at the job. These people are living in your head rent free. They have stolen your peace. I got so stressed out about money and bills, I couldn't even sleep anymore. I started to have anxiety. I started to become paranoid at work. I started to believe that they were trying to set me up to fire me. That's how I felt. And to cope with all of that anxiety and that depression and that stress, I started drinking. First, it was just a few drinks a week to calm my nerves, but that quickly spiraled out of control, and I became an alcoholic. You see, the only reason why I'm telling you any of this is because if any of my story is resonating with you, you're already doing something hard. Going to a job that drains your spirit every day is hard. Crying because you are so upset is hard. And see, the reason why I was so depressed back then was because I had nothing in my life to look forward to. Okay, back then I didn't have any hobbies and I didn't have any interests. So my life began to feel like it was on repeat. Get up, go to work, be miserable, come home, cry, drink, sleep, repeat. Week after week, month after month, and year after year. For the longest time, I thought there was something wrong with me because I was so depressed about my life, failing to realize that is depressing. And anyone would be depressed with a life like that. But now I get to wake up every day doing what I love. And see, that's the beauty of online business, ladies, is you can monetize anything. Anything that your heart desires, you can do. No, your idea is not stupid. No, your idea is not far-fetched. And I don't have to convince you. How often do you scroll on your feed and see the darndest things? And you're sitting there scratching your head trying to figure out how the hell are they getting paid to do this? I know I can do a better job than this. I know I'm more talented than them. You want to know how? I'm going to tell you how. The reason why they're getting paid and you're not is because they made the choice to let go of fear and you choose not to. That's the only difference. And I want to say one more thing before we move forward because I need to make sure you hear me loud and clear. I hope you realize that if you work 40 hours a week or more, you spend more time at work with people that you don't even like than you do with your family that loves you. See, I literally used to work 9 to 5. So what should have only been a 20-minute drive downtown is over an hour. Why? Because I'm stuck in rush hour traffic. So an hour to work, an hour back. That's 2 hours in the car. 8 hours at work, 1 hour lunch break. That is 11 hours out of my day gone. I'll never get it back. By the time I do get home, I am drained. I am exhausted. I feel defeated. You only have a few hours to spend with your spouse or your children before you have to put everyone to bed and repeat the cycle again the next day. And let's be clear, your loved ones, they don't even get to experience the peaceful version of you because you're not peaceful. They don't get to experience the happy version of you because you're not happy. You know what they get? They get the stressed out version of you. They get the depressed version of you. That's not fair. You put everyone to bed just to repeat the cycle again the next day. Just look forward to the weekend. But respectfully, what the hell are you looking forward to? Because Friday, you still went to work. So they still got 8 hours out you. Saturday is the only day that you get to do what you want. But Sunday, not so much. No. Why? Because you have to prepare for the work week. That means you have to cook. You have to clean. You have to go to the grocery store. You have to do laundry. And then you have to mentally prepare yourself for the bullshit sitting on your desk come Monday. Ladies, that's not living. That is surviving. Life is meant to be lived, not survived. I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but I do know this. The God that I serve, he loves me, and he loves me a lot. And let me ask you, if he loves me so much, why would he put me on this earth to be hating the very life that he blessed me with? He didn't. That's not why he put me here. He put me here for a very special reason. And then he allowed me the opportunity to find it. And social media, online business allowed me the opportunity to monetize it. He put you here for a very special reason, too. There is something extremely special about you, too. But the problem is, life just has a tendency to life. And somewhere on our journey of life, we lose our light. It gets dim and then it gets dark. Maybe it was toxic family. Maybe it was toxic friends. Maybe it was a toxic relationship. For me, it was a toxic job. Something happened and it stole your light. And you're sitting here believing that nothing we're talking about is possible for you and that you can't do it. And I am here to tell you that's not true. That is not true. If you even thought the thought, that's because you can. See, I believe God is within us. He's not outside of you, He is within you. You actually run into more problems when you seek Him outside of you. And He is talking to you all day long if you listen. And if something inside of you told you to post this, try this, start this, launch this, do this, that's because you can. If there was truly something that you could not do, it wouldn't even have crossed your mind. God planted that seed because you can. He would never plant seeds in an environment that cannot harvest them. But He gave you that seed because you are more than capable of doing it. But in order to actually get it done, you are going to have to let go of fear. You are going to have to make the decision to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and do something just a little bit different every single day. 30 minutes. Just imagine how good you would start to feel about yourself if you stuck with something for 30 minutes for 2 weeks. Just imagine how much progress you could make if you stuck to something for 30 minutes for 6 months. Just imagine how much your life would change if you stuck with something for 30 minutes for a whole year. That comfort zone that you refuse to leave is the very thing that is stealing your dream life from you. That comfort zone that you refuse to leave is keeping you trapped in a life that you're not even happy with. You're going to have to change that. You are going to have to change. You are going to have to change up the people you're around. You are going to have to change up the environments that you frequent. You're going to have to change up how much time you spend on these apps. Some of y'all don't even realize how much time you would have if you stopped scrolling. You're going to have to change up those excuses because they're not getting you anywhere. You're going to have to stop procrastinating. You're going to have to stop with the negative self-talk. These are the changes that you're going to have to make in order to get the things done that you claim you want so badly. One of the things that I've noticed with society today is we have become extremely entitled. Entitlement is at an all-time high. And it's sad because most people don't even recognize how entitled they've become. They have no clue. And what you've done is you've convinced yourself that you are entitled to time. And you really believe that if you make the choice to not start something today, that you're entitled to tomorrow. And if you don't start the thing tomorrow, you are entitled to next month. And if you choose to not start next month, you are entitled to start next year if you choose. But I'm confused because the last time I checked, tomorrow wasn't guaranteed. So, how do you know that you'll always have tomorrow to get started? How do you know that? How do you know that you'll always have next month? How do you know that you'll always have next year? The truth is, you don't know that because tomorrow is not guaranteed. And instead of you living every day that you are blessed with to the fullest, showing up for you, putting yourself first in the one life that you were blessed with, keeping the promises that you made to yourself, only surrounding yourself with people who celebrate you, not tolerate you. Living in your purpose and not living in fear, posting your content and living and running your business and doing what truly makes you happy. Instead of living every day that you're blessed with like that, you choose to waste your precious, valuable time. You choose to waste your precious, valuable time on distractions that don't even serve you, like scrolling social media all day and watching other people's lives. You choose to waste your precious, valuable time surrounding yourself with people who disrespect you and use you. You choose to waste your precious, valuable time binge watching movies and TV shows, escaping. You choose to waste your precious, valuable time gossiping about people you've never even met. You choose to waste your precious, valuable time complaining and venting and throwing pity parties for yourself and telling yourself what you can't do and what you're not good at. That's how you choose to spend your precious, valuable time every day. I don't know if you know this or not, but time is your most precious, valuable asset. It is not money. And listen, I used to think it was money. I really did. I used to think money was my most precious asset. No, it's not. It is your time. It is your time. It's not money. Because you could lose $50 tomorrow. And yeah, it'll suck. Who wants to lose 50 bucks? Yeah, you'll be pissed off. But guess what? You can go make 50 more. Might take you a few hours, sure. But at least you can go make it. But when you lose your time, you can't go make it back. It is gone forever. And the only thing that you're left with is regret. Regret is a heavy emotion to carry with you every day. That emotion will destroy you. But you choose that. You choose to waste your time and regret it later. You're going to have to change that. You don't have as much time as you think you do. And the uncomfortable truth is, we all have an expiration date. You don't know when, you don't know how, you don't know what, but you don't have forever. And I don't have to convince you of how quickly time is moving because you can see it for yourself. Be honest. How many times a day do you look at the clock and say to yourself, wow, I cannot believe it is 7:48 in the morning. Wow, I cannot believe it is almost June 2026. It feels like last week was January 1st. Wow. I cannot believe I'm 35 years old, or insert your age there. If you're anything like me, you do that every day. So you can already see how quickly time is moving. And you still make the choice to waste your precious, valuable time. You're going to have to change that, and quickly, because you don't have as much time as you think that you do. I'm going to assume that you want to be the version of you who is extremely confident in herself, who thinks very highly of who she is, who keeps the promises that she makes to herself, who lives her life on her terms and does what she wants to do, who's running her business and not caring what people think, who's prioritizing herself and prioritizing people who love her. I'm going to assume that you want to be extremely consistent, you want to be extremely disciplined, and you want to have boundaries and standards for your life. But in order to become that version, you're going to have to change who you are, because who you are today doesn't align with that version that I just described. And the thing is, that version I just described, she's already within you. You are more than capable of becoming her. But in order to become her, you're going to have to change some things up, because that version of you is buried under fear. That version of you is buried under excuses. It's buried under the procrastination. It's buried under the negative self-talk, the I can't, and I'm not good at this, and I'm stupid. It's buried under all of those things. And until you change who you are, I promise you, you will not become that. See, the uncomfortable truth is we attract what we are. I know some of y'all don't want to hear that, but it's true. You attract what you are. How can you attract a successful business when you have excuses about why you can't do something? How can you attract confidence when you're sitting there calling yourself stupid every day? How can you attract discipline when you keep surrounding yourself with people who distract you? How can you attract success when you keep living in a broke mindset? When you keep holding on to a scarcity mindset, how can you attract success? You can't. You attract what you are. You're going to have to change that. You're going to have to change. One of the toughest reality pills that I had to accept in my own level up, glow up journey, and this is tough. Your life and the direction that it's going in, whether it's going great or not so great, is a direct reflection of the choices that you make. I told you guys I used to be 100 pounds overweight. 100 pounds. That's damn near a whole person. But my obesity was a direct reflection of the choices I made. It was a direct reflection of the foods that I chose to eat. And it was a direct reflection of the exercises that I chose not to do. And as a result, I got everything that came with those choices: high blood pressure, prediabetes, high cholesterol. And until I changed myself, until I stopped binge eating, until I stopped being a couch potato and got my ass up and moved, I was going to continue to struggle with those things. But once I changed, you know what happened? I lost 100 pounds. I no longer have high blood pressure. I am no longer pre-diabetic. I no longer have high cholesterol because I made the decision to take a half an inch out of my comfort zone, do something a little bit different, and slowly but surely change my ways. I changed my habits. I changed my routines. Yes, did it naturally. I cut my calories and I moved my body. No surgery, no Ozempic. It took me 22 months to do it. My finances your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. See, for the longest time, the reason I thought I was living paycheck to paycheck was just because I didn't make enough money at that 9 to 5 that I had. That's what I really believed. And I had convinced myself that if I just made more money, my paycheck to paycheck lifestyle would go away. Nope. The truth is, I did that to myself. I chose to buy cars that I couldn't afford. I chose to stay in apartments that I couldn't afford. And as a result, I got all of the stress that came with those decisions. I did that to myself. Some of y'all are going to sit here and say, Jazz, I hear you. People do live above their means. Absolutely. But that's not why I'm struggling financially. How is it my fault that I'm struggling with this economy? How can I get ahead when gas prices, food prices, and rent prices are as high as they are? How is that my fault? Your life is a direct reflection of the choices that you make, and your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. And I'm going to tell you why. Ladies, let's cut the crap. Times have been hard. True or false? Well, this didn't happen last night. Food prices, gas prices, rent prices have been on the rise for years. This isn't new. But every day you choose to do nothing about it because you could have launched your ebook 6 months ago. You would be making sales today. See, I didn't teach you what an ebook was. Most of y'all already knew that because you're on social media all day. I might have gave you some prompts that you didn't have, but I know you had some prompts already and you still haven't done it. You still haven't done it. You haven't executed anything. And then you want to sit there and complain and vent about the problems that you have, failing to realize that you have more control over your life than you give yourself credit for. You don't execute. That is one of your biggest problems, which is why I made the keyword of this live execution, because you're not doing that. You are the woman who will complain and vent and throw pity parties for herself. You are the woman who will talk about what she's going to do tomorrow and next week, but those days never arrive. You are the woman who continues to make excuse after excuse after excuse as to why it won't work for you and why you're not good enough. You are the woman who will scroll social media all day. You are the woman who will do everything except the one thing that will change your life forever, which is start. And until you change that, I promise you, nothing that we're talking about is going to even apply to you. You have wasted 2 hours of your life being here because you have to execute, which is what you're not doing. It amazes me how many people would rather sit and talk about the thing. They would rather watch about the thing. You will scroll and watch reel after reel after reel about this business that you want to start so badly. You will journal about the thing. Some of you guys are journaling queens. You have been journaling for years. There's nothing left to journal. You've written everything down. People will tell other people about the thing. People will manifest about the thing. They'll create vision boards about the thing. They'll do everything except the thing. They are avoiding the thing, which is doing it. And what I keep telling you, you have to leave your comfort zone. See, your comfort zone is watching. That's your comfort zone. You'll watch content all day. That is your daily routines and habits. Scrolling TikTok all day, watching YouTube video all day, watching Instagram all day. That is your comfort zone. So in order for you to get out of your comfort zone, that's going to require you to close these apps. That is going to require you to actually execute something that you learned. But you don't want to do that. You want to stay in your comfort zone. You want to stay with what you know, even though what you've been doing isn't working. Let me tell you this, ladies, you do not get a business by watching people talk about business. You do not become a content creator by watching people talk about content. You do not lose weight by watching people talk about weight loss. You do not build good credit by watching people talk about credit. You get those things done by actually doing what you're told to do, executing. You have to execute. You have to do. So many of you guys don't even realize how much time you waste by scrolling. It has truly become an addiction for so many people, and a lot of people don't even realize it. You guys, I post my content, I host my lives, and I get off of these apps and I go live my life. There's a whole life for you. There's a whole world for you. But you don't see it because you're trapped in this loop of scrolling up. And then you sit there and you compare your life to someone else's, failing to see how special and how amazing and how talented you are. You can't see it because you're just on this scrolling loop. And you're comparing yourself to other people and you're like, I could never do that. Yes, you could if you just got off this app, but you don't see it. And I tell you this every day. And half of you just gonna you're gonna swipe up. You're just gonna swipe up. You don't want to see it. You're gonna have to change that. She said, but then we can't listen to you. I never want you listening to me sitting still. If you're gonna listen to my videos, if you're gonna watch my lives, I want you in motion. I tell my students this every day. If you're gonna listen to me, you better be moving your body. You better be at the gym. You better be lifting those weights. You better be walking and getting your steps in. You better be meal prepping so you can get them pounds off that you've been trying to get off for years. If you're going to listen to me, you better be driving to work to get that money so you can elevate your life. If you're going to listen to me, you better be setting up to make your own content. I do not want you listening to me while you're sitting on the couch. I do not want you listening to me while you're laying in bed. I want you moving. I want you activated. I want you executing. I don't want you stagnant. You are going to have to change. And sure, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe change is hard. Okay, maybe it is. But the life that you're currently living is hard. Going to a job that drains you every day is hard. I've been there. I've done that. Trust me, I know. Crying every day because you are so stressed out is hard. I've been there. I've done that. Trust me, I know. Knowing deep down inside that there is something better for you. You can feel it, but you're not living it is hard. I've been there. I've done that. Trust me, I know. I've lived both hards, and I will always choose this hard because at least this hard comes with peace. You can't even put a price tag on that. This hard comes with freedom, being able to do what you want, when you want, and how you want to do it. This hard comes with purpose, being able to wake up every day doing what you love. This hard comes with confidence, thinking highly of yourself, and keeping the promises that you make to you. This hard comes with the income that you need to live the life that you want. And I keep telling you, and I'm going to say it again. If you thought the thought, that's because you can. Those ideas that are within you is coming from God. And if you listen, you'll hear him. He talks to you all day long. If something inside of you told you to start this, try this, launch this, do this, that's because you can. If it was truly something you couldn't do, I promise you, he would have never let it cross your mind. But he did, because you are more than capable. But in order to actually get it done, you are going to have to change. You are going to have to let go of fear. And you're going to have to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone every day and do something just a little bit different to slowly but surely get you to the life, get you to the results that you say you want so badly. Don't believe me? Then just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just make sure you come back a year from now and let me know how it's going. But I already know. Nothing will have changed. The only thing that would have changed about you is you just got 1 year older doing the same exact thing. Your life doesn't change until you change. For those of you guys who want to change, then I want to help you. But I can only help people who want it. I cannot help people who don't. If you are 1000% happy with your life and the direction that it's going in, and you don't want to change it, well, then fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. If you like it, I love it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Keep doing you. But if you're not 1000% happy with the way things are going and you want to change it, then I want to help you. Inside of Globe Academy, I'm going to teach you how to start your online business from scratch. Every single thing that you need to be successful with your online business is inside of Globe Academy. I'm going to teach you how to create your ebook. I'm going to teach you how to sell your ebook, whether you want to sell through your content, whether you want to sell through lives. I'm going to teach you how to monetize your platforms so you actually get paid for views, like how I do and how my students do and how thousands of other creators do. Everything that you need to be successful with your online business is all inside of Globe Academy. But not only are you and I going to build your business from scratch inside of Globe Academy, most importantly, ladies, you and I are going to build you together. Inside of Globe Academy, you and I are going to build your discipline every single day. Inside Globe Academy, you and I are going to build your consistency every single day. Together, you and I are going to build your confidence every single day. Together, you and I are going to start making you a priority in your own life. Yes, we do all have 24 hours, absolutely. But we do not all have the same responsibilities. Together, you and I are going to figure out what works best for you with the responsibilities that you have so that you can still be an amazing wife or girlfriend and a successful entrepreneur. So that you can still be an amazing mother and a successful entrepreneur. So that you can still be an amazing friend and a successful entrepreneur. Glow Up Academy is the space where you change. Glow Up Academy is the space where not only do you start, you actually follow through. A couple of things before I let you join. First thing, I only accept 10 new members at a time because believe it or not everybody has the same path. Some people have a product, but they don't have an audience. Some people have an audience, but they don't have a product. Some people don't have an audience or a product. Some people have a million ideas, but we got to lock in on one. So you're listening to all the ideas God gave you. I told you earlier, money flows where energy goes. So today, you and I are going to pick your one most favorite idea because you're spreading yourself too thin, and that's why nothing's getting done. We're going to pick the top one, okay? And you and I are going to build that one. And then once that one is making money, then we'll reach back into the pile and pull up another idea to build. Okay, but we're going to focus on one. Some of you guys have no clue what kind of business you want to start. No worries, you and I will figure that out together. And some of you guys may not necessarily want to start a business right now or ever. There might be other things that you're looking to improve on, like building your confidence, making yourself a priority, having boundaries. Whatever it is that you want to work on, we'll work on it together. I can help you. I have just noticed for myself that having more than 10 people join at one time overwhelms me because I want to make sure that I pour into you the way that you deserve. Okay. And when we sit down on our one-on-one Zoom, I want to make sure that I have the time to listen to you and help you so that we can execute. That's why I cap it at 10. Okay. Something else too. I am going to set a timer for 10 minutes because I'm only interested in helping people who want it. I can't force you and I cannot convince you, and I'm not going to try. Deep down inside, you already know what you want to do. Deep down inside, you know I can help you. That's why you're still here. If you truly thought that I wasn't aligned with you, you would have left. But we have this terrible habit of overthinking and second guessing, and that keeps keeping us stuck. So let's not do that. Because once that timer goes off, we're done. And you cannot join until I'm ready to accept more members. Glow Up Academy is lifetime access. So once you're inside forever. You will always have access to all of the information that's in there, plus what I update every single month. Things are always changing, like the algorithms and things like that. So I do update, and you'll always have access to that. You'll also always have access to our live coaching calls. We go live in there as well. And even if you can't make the coaching calls, the replays are available. So you'll still be able to access whatever you missed. You'll also always have access to ask me any questions. My inbox is always open. I respond to all of my students. And I'm also always checking in with you to make sure that you are executing. I am your life coach. So anything that you're struggling with, I want you to share that with me so we can fix it right away. I don't want you sitting in problems for months after months after months. That's a waste of time. So please make sure you're checking your inbox, okay? Now I'm going to show you guys something before I let you join in case you're unfamiliar with the Skool platform. There is an inbox here. Okay. There's an inbox here. I want you guys, as soon as I get off of this live, I'm going to be sending you a message because I want to know more about you and what you're struggling with. Okay. I know it is Memorial Day weekend. Some of you guys are joining because you want to get in, but you're going to come back later. I need you to promise me that you're going to respond as quickly as possible. Because the more quickly you respond to my message, the quicker we can lock in our Zoom, and the quicker we can fix the problems and start executing. Time is moving quickly. We already know that. And I'm waiting on you. Okay. So please respond as quickly as you can so we can start moving. Time is of the essence. Also, I'm also checking in with you guys regularly. So please make sure you check your inbox regularly, okay? Because I want to know how things are going. All right. Because Glow Up Academy is lifetime access, it is $597. However, because you guys were here and present, I'm going to take the price down. The lifetime access price will stay down for the 10 minutes the timer is going. But once that timer goes off, the price will go back up to $597. Okay. You can use Afterpay. You can use Klarna to get in while the price is lower. That is an option for you. Okay. All right. I'm going to show TikTok how to join first, and then I'll show YouTube. YouTube, y'all's instructions are a little bit different. So just hang tight for a few seconds. She said, you keep popping up on my feed. It's divine timing. I'm glad to see you here. TikTok, I am on 2 lives, by the way. You're going to click on my profile picture up at the top twice. You're going to come to my profile. Now, the TikTok that says tired of your own BS, let's fix it. You guys are on my backup account. So my profile does not look like this, but the link is still the same. Okay. You're going to click where it says stand.store. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. All right. The price has been marked down from $597 to $349 lifetime access. It'll stay $349 for the next 10 minutes. Scroll down. Feel free to read and listen to my reviews. I don't mind. Enter your name and quadruple check your email address. You guys, this is very important. The email address that you guys put in is where everything is going. Sometimes the autocorrect gets you. Sometimes you guys accidentally misspell Gmail. I need you guys to quadruple check that. Okay. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that payment up. Then you're going to click on this blue button right here that says Start My Glow Up. Within 30 seconds tops, you'll be receiving the very first email from Stan. That's just your order confirmation email. The second email will be coming from me. It'll say Jasmine Spencer invited you to join Glow Up Academy. When you open that email, you'll see a yellow button that says Join Now. I want you to click it, and it will take you right inside, and you should have full access to everything. If you did not get those emails, that's because there was a spelling mistake, but no worries, I'll fix it right here. So please do not leave my live until you confirm to me that you received everything and you have full access. Now, sometimes those emails do show up in the promotional tab. I've had 2 students who told me it showed up in spam. So check both. But even if you didn't get it, that's fine. I'll take care of it right here. All right. YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, your instructions are a tad bit different. You're going to leave the live. You're going to come to my YouTube channel. You're going to click right here where it says stand.store. And then here we are, same thing. Become the woman who actually follows through. And it is marked down to $349. Scroll down. Feel free to read my reviews and listen to them. I don't mind. Enter your name, quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that up. And then click on this blue button that says Start My Glow Up. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and set our timer. Abby, I see you joined. Give me 1 second to send you that second email. Okay. Timer has set, or excuse me, has started. All right. Abby, can you check your email for me? I'm not sure which live you're on. And ladies, please don't leave until you let me know you received everything, because I don't know what your email is supposed to be. So I don't know if there was a mistake or not. So I need you guys to not leave until you confirm that you received everything. Let's go ahead and knock out some of our affirmations. I have the power to create the life I want. I have the power to create the life I want. I keep telling you this. You do have the power to create whatever life you want. You have more control over your life than you give yourself credit for, but you're going to have to switch some things up. I don't know why people think that they can change things in their life, but not have to change themselves. It's delusional thinking. You want to change, you want a better life, but you don't want to change the people that you talk to every day. You want a better life, but you don't want to change your habits or routines. You want a better life, but you don't want to change what you allow to distract yourself. You want a better life, but you don't want to change your mindset. You still want to be negative. You still want to have a scarcity mindset, but you think your life is going to change. Oh, that's delusional. Things do not change until you change. The longer you wait to change, the longer this life you say you want so badly takes. Ooh, it's okay to leave my comfort zone. It is okay to leave my comfort zone. Amen to that. Okay. It's okay to leave my comfort zone. It's mandatory. You have to. If you didn't have to leave your comfort zone, if you could get all the things you want and stay in your comfort zone, then why do you not have them right now? Why are you not achieving the things that you want to achieve if you didn't have to leave the comfort zone? You would already have all the things. You wouldn't have to switch up anything. It's mandatory. But again, we waste our own time. You don't want to leave. You don't want to leave the comfort zone. You want to procrastinate and make excuses and watch TV all day, scroll social media all night. You want to have negative self talk. You want to hold on to fear, and you still want your dream life too. It doesn't work like that. In order to get something, ladies, you have to give something up. I'm going to say it again. In order to get something, you have to give something up. In order for me to get the business that I had been begging God to give me for years, I had to give up excuses. I had to give up procrastination. I had to give up fear. I had to give up limiting beliefs and negative self talk. I had to give up alcohol. I told you guys I struggled with alcohol abuse for a very long time. I haven't had a drink in almost 5 years. That was my distraction. Alcohol was my distraction. Alcohol was my form of escaping. I had to give all that up. If I didn't, I wouldn't have what I have today. That peace that you're looking for is on the other side of what you refuse to not let go of. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. Let's do another one. Let's see. Uh, Self love empowers me to be my best version every single day. Self love empowers me to be my best version every single day. I spend more time helping women build their confidence than anything else. Because once we build that confidence, you develop self love, you develop self respect, you develop self discipline. And now those are the things that you need in order to show up consistently. Because a woman who's truly confident in herself, she doesn't make excuses because she knows she's worthy of the thing. Whatever that thing is she's trying to accomplish, she now believes that she's worthy of it. So she's not going to hold herself back from it because she knows within. So now she's going to post her content consistently. Now she's going to go on live and sell her products. She knows she adds value to people because she believes in herself, because she shows up for herself. The way you show up for yourself determines, the way you feel about yourself determines how you show up for yourself. But the problem is a lot of people don't think highly of themselves, so it's damn near impossible to show up for yourself. So, how do we fix that problem? We start keeping the promises that we made to ourselves. If you said you were going to do something, then you need to do it. You need to do it. Okay. Let me check, Abby. You got it. But I need you to join. So I need to see that member count go up. I need you to actually join. Okay. So click on the email and click that yellow button for me so I know that you're inside because I cannot message you until you are inside. Okay. So do that for me and come back. Good morning. Good morning. No, this is not a rerun. We got 2 more minutes left and we're closing it out. Let's do another. And something else too, I notice as women, we think we can do everything by ourselves. I lost all my weight by hiring a personal trainer. For years, I had tried to lose weight on my own, and I would just yo-yo diet, meaning I would lose 20, gain 30, lose 40, gain 60, and it was just this toxic cycle of getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I decided to take a half an inch out of my comfort zone and do something different, and I hired a personal trainer. I got around someone who knew more than me. Ladies, you don't know everything and you don't have to struggle. I think a lot of times we think that we have to struggle and we think that we can fix all of our problems on our own. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. If you're familiar with my YouTube content, I tell you guys to go to counseling. You shouldn't be watching YouTube videos to heal. That doesn't make any sense. You should be in counseling. You need to hire a counselor. You cannot heal yourself. Get a personal trainer, get a coach, You can't do everything by yourself. If you really want to change, you have to change who you're around. And you don't have to struggle either. You cannot do everything by yourself. That is a pride thing. Um, Let me see. Ooh, I celebrate both my small and big achievements. I celebrate both of my small and big achievements. Absolutely. I want you to congratulate yourself on everything. Everything. Whether you felt like doing something or not, and then you still did it, that's something to celebrate. Tell yourself you're proud of yourself for doing that because you didn't feel like it. Maybe you're proud of yourself for finishing your ebook. Celebrate yourself on that. Stop thinking that the only time you can celebrate yourself is if you hit this huge milestone. You should be celebrating yourself every way, every step of the journey. You should pat yourself on the back, tell yourself congratulations, remind yourself of how amazing you are. You should do those things. That's the new standard. Because if not you, then who? TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, 1 second. You're going to click on my profile picture up at the top twice. You're going to come to my profile and click where it says stand.store. And don't forget the one that says turn you or tired of your own BS, let's fix it. You guys are on my backup account. So my account doesn't look like this, but the link is still the same. And you're gonna click where it says, or click on the link, and then you're gonna, here we are, become the woman, sorry, y'all. Become the woman who actually follows through. It is marked down to 349. Scroll down, feel free to read my reviews, listen to my reviews. Enter your name, quadruple check your email address, and then you can use Afterpay or Klarna, and then click this blue button that says start my glow up, okay? YouTube, let me pull that back up. You're gonna leave my live, you're gonna come to my channel, and then click where it says stand.store. And then same thing, become the woman who actually follows through. And it's marked on the 349 lifetime access. Scroll down, enter your name, quadruple check the email address for me. You can use Afterpay or Klarna, and then click this blue button that says start my glow up. Okay. And you will be getting 2 emails. The first email is from Stan, and the second email comes from Jasmine Spencer. For those of you guys who joined, Abby, I'm hopping in now. You'll get a message from me in the next few minutes. For those of you guys who didn't, I'm glad you're getting the results that you've always wanted. Even though you don't believe I'm the life coach for you, I am going to tell you this. You've got to get off of these apps. This is by far the biggest waste of your time. You have learned everything you need to learn. It is now time to execute, which is what Globe Academy is for. If you don't believe that you need someone to hold you accountable, then fine. But you've got to hold yourself accountable. You already know how to make the ebook. So why is it still not made? You already know that you have to keep the promises that you made to yourself. So why are you not doing it? You already know that you have to be consistent. So why are you not doing it? You've got to get off of these apps if you truly want to change your life. Because watching is not the same as doing. Okay? Okay. I hope you guys have an amazing Memorial Day weekend. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. Make sure you guys follow me so you don't lose me. YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. The Patreon link is down below in the description. Have an amazing Memorial Day weekend, and I will see you guys later, okay?